Morning. It's chilly out here. I'm going to go up top again. We're going to have a little conversation. And I'm going to talk to you about, sorry, I'm picking up trash. I'm going to talk to you about probably the best life insurance you can get for you, your family, or if you have grandkids, and why I got a $41,000 check. Hold on. Ooh, man, it was windy yesterday, so I'm out here picking up some trash. We had our first freeze, so, oh man, that heat pump is loud over here. I had to go ahead. I have an above ground pump for my irrigation system. So yesterday I had to come out here and drain that water pump, put in some propylene glycol, food grade. This is what you use for antifreeze in any water pump that you have. Any water pump, whether it's sitting on the top or sitting on the ground. The other thing I did yesterday, down here in the basement, we went to a sort of one of those junk places, you know, those picker places and old antique places, and we have a spot on our master wall that we want something big and kind of artsy looking. So here's what I bought. I bought 2 of these old windows, and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna surround this with some type of trim wood, and then behind that glass, I'm actually gonna take one of my beach pictures, and I'm gonna blow it up in a poster, and I'm gonna put it behind that, and then hang that on the wall. So I think that'll be really cool. I'll show you that project. You don't want to miss that one. That should come up pretty cool. So click that subscribe button, wherever it is, and let's head upstairs and we'll talk about why I got a $41,000 check. Morning. Yes, I am up here on the top of the world. I'm up on that little turret up on top of our beach house. It was very cold and windy yesterday. Today the sun is out. It's going to be a little bit warm. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm sitting here watching ships go by. I'll put up a little video from my phone. There's ships going by here in the ocean over here. It's just absolutely gorgeous out here today. But today I'm going to talk to you about why I got a $41,000 check, why you can get a $41,000 check, and probably one of the smartest life decisions you need to think about. Before I do that, we're down here, we're finishing up a few projects. The free lawn care guide is just about 100% complete. So if you have fescue, rye, Kentucky bluegrass, you go to freelawncareguide.com. If you have Bermuda or zoysia, there are links right on that page that take you over to the new lawn care guides. They're up 365 days a year. They walk you through the entire year. They have calendars, so you'll be able to see the calendars on there. But there's no app to download. There's no email sign up. You just use them. Go to it and bookmark it so that you know where it is. So if you ever have a question about aeration, fertilizer, anything that you have a question about, cutting height, the best lawnmowers, whatever, it's all going to be there. So make sure you get that. So let's talk about why I'm getting a $40,000 check. Why am I getting a $41,000 check? I'm going to talk to you today real quick, and this is not sponsored. I don't care what insurance company you use with. You can go to any major insurance company and get one of these policies. This is a policy, a life insurance policy that's called a return of premium. It's not really a term. It's not really a whole life. But if you pay into this, typically they're 20-year policies. You get a 20-year life insurance policy. My wife and I had $200,000 each on us. And I think for her, I was paying about $65 a month. Back then, I was smoking. So let's see. I think I was paying like $165 for me with a tobacco surcharge. But we get back 100% of those premiums, every dime we put in, plus interest. At the end of that 20 years, we get back return of premium. So I made a mistake when I was editing this video because I forgot to mention something. So I'm going to break in here real quick. When you get this check, this is not taxed because it's considered a refund. It's not considered income. That's really important. So I have $41,000 tax-free money issued back to me because it is classified as a refund, not as income. That's important. It's kind of a lot of people don't know about this policy, and I think it's a fantastic little out-of-the-way savings account for you. So every month, we would have drafted about $200 a month out of our account, would come out of our bank account. We never thought about it. And then almost 20 years later, towards the end of the policy, guess what? Now we've got a check coming back to us for $41,000. But let me tell you how you can use this not only for yourself, but your children and your grandchildren, and what I'm doing with them to help them out and why I'm using this. So my daughter is married. She and her son-in-law, they have a grandchild. And you start thinking, you start saying, well, what would happen if he, who's the breadwinner, would drop dead? God forbid he were to drop dead. What would happen? You always plan for the worst. Good things take care of themselves is my motto. Plan for the worst, just like car insurance. So I went ahead and we set this up where he has $500,000 life insurance policy on him. She has $250,000 life insurance policy, return of premium. And at the end of 20 years, right at the time that our granddaughter will be wanting to go to college, at the end of 20 years, we'll be getting back close to probably $60,000 check that we're going to use that for her college fund. You got it? So this whole time, for the next 20 years, we're insured in case one of them were to die. We are actually insured for them to be able to provide for their family. And at the end of 20 years, when the policy is up, she's going to have money for college. That's automatic. So her college is almost completely paid for in the state of Georgia. You know, if she goes in-state tuition, that would pay for her whole college. It's a great little way to set aside money without thinking about it and to have peace of mind not to worry about it. You have to think about bad things sometimes. We have life insurance. We have car insurance. Do you think your home is going to burn down next week? No, you don't think your home, but you have insurance on your home. So you plan for the worst and you enjoy the good that comes about. That's what I'm saying to you. So the return of premium policy, again, you can call up. I think I called my State Farm agent and they went and sourced out the policy for me. So I got them $500 and $250. I want to say it's just over $2,000 a year. So it would be like close to $200 a month that we're paying for them. But I don't consider it paying for insurance. I consider it a savings account. There's money being put aside every single month for them. And at the end of 20 years, we're going to get a check for their money, or they're going to get a check. I have it set up. Actually, they're going to get the check. So the way that you do this, if you want to insure your children and provide for your grandchildren, is you actually get a policy. You get a policy on them. They will own the insurance policy, but you are the beneficiary. Let me say that again. They own the policy. They stay warm, Doc. See life, but I am the beneficiary. If one of them were to die, that life insurance check would come back to me, and I can manage that money and provide for them. Got it? So that's the good way to set this up. I don't want that big of a check just going out to anyone and then they're in the middle of trauma and they're doing stupid stuff. I want to be able to provide for them and do it. So it's a great way to actually take care of your kids and your grandchildren, the return of premium life policy. So I just wanted to show that to you. I thought it was interesting. I was telling the wife, I said, this is something that a lot of people don't know about, that they can actually get life insurance. And at the end of 20 years, not even thinking about it, all of a sudden they realize they're going to get a check. One warning, if you're going to get one of these policies, here's what happened to us. We're right at the end. We probably got another year or two before we hit our 20-year mark on this policy. The insurance policy has a right to, at a certain age, over 55 or over 57 or whatever it is, they have the right to increase that policy amount. And typically they'll do that because they want you to sort of take the money versus risk paying you out. Now, you would still get that return and premium back, but you need to find that out. So we're getting real close to the tail end of that policy. And my policy is going to go from about $160 up to almost $900 a month. My wife's, which is 65, was going to go up to like $250 a month. That's crazy. We don't need that. We have money, we have savings. We really don't need the life insurance at this point. So I said, let's go ahead. Let's do a surrender policy. We filled out the form. You get it notarized. You send it in. You get a check back in the mail about a week later for $41,000. So think about that. Just think about the children, the grandchildren, sit down, talk to the spouse, have that conversation. And I actually gave it to him one Christmas. I surprised it to him. I said, here's what I'm doing for you.
I told my daughter and my son-in-law, I said, we're buying life insurance policies on you. And at the end of the policy, then Charlie will have, say, almost $60,000, $50,000 check will come back to you to pay for her college. That's it. I just want to do a quick video on that. Hit subscribe. Don't forget the free lawn care guides. I'll show you that little window project that I'm doing downstairs. I got to stain the fence. I got a bunch of little things going on, and enjoy your weekend in the cold weather.